So in this video I'm going to be doing a product review of the Hefty holder bicycle mount from Delta Cycle. So recently I was contacted by Delta Cycle wondering if I could review some of their new products. I was more than happy to do the review for them because I actually already had one of their smartphone holders that I've been using on my bike for the last 4 months, and I've been extremely happy with it. First of all, I'd like to say that I don't think it's particularly safe to actually be using your smartphone and entering stuff into it while you're riding. However, I think having your phone mounted on your handlebars isn't particularly unsafe because you can just take a glance down at it if a text message or something comes in, and that'll tell you enough to know whether this is something you can leave there and respond to later, when you're finished your ride, or if it's something that you need to pull over and actually respond to immediately. For me personally, I find it really useful being able to put my phone there because otherwise I don't really have a great spot to put it while I'm riding sometimes, because usually I'm just wearing bike shorts and a shirt and I've got no pockets in those for keeping my phone. So if you're a regular follower of my videos, you know that I have 2 commuting bikes which I switch back and forth between on a regular basis. This is the bike which I call my green machine, and it has this Delta phone mount on it already. My other bike is my Rally Sport, which has this less impressive smartphone holder on it. So I've had this smartphone mount for about 6 months now, and it's pretty simple. You just place your smartphone on top, and then this rubber strap gets pulled over the top like that, and it holds it in place. And although it does a pretty good job of keeping it, pretty secure, and I'm not really worried about my phone falling off there, it's really inconvenient having these little straps covering up part of your screen. When I bought it, I imagined I'd be able to, position it in such a way that I could put these so they were in a place that didn't really matter. But as it turns out, they're always in the way no matter how I position it. And the other inconvenient thing is that this thing is limited to, it has to strap to something on the bike which goes in this direction here. And it has to form to whatever angle this thing is. So if this thing is like this angle, it's going to be, sitting there like this. If this thing's more flat, it's going to be sitting kind of like this. So you're kind of limited to where you can position it. And when I'm on my bike and I have this like this, I find that the glare from the sun makes it really hard to see. I don't have the option of tilting it to whatever angle that I want it at. So I'm just going to start by opening this up. As I said, this is called the Hefty holder bicycle mount by Delta Cycle, and these retail in Canada for about $35. So there's what it looks like. It's definitely bigger than the one that I have on my green machine. But the way that this thing works is it has this track for these 2 different pieces which slide together like that. And then what pulls them back together is they have these rubbery elastic things on the side. So the Hefty holder is specifically designed for larger smartphones, phones that are larger than my Galaxy S4, but it's also designed for people that have smaller smartphones which have kind of a larger, more hefty kind of a case, like they have shown on the box there, like what the OtterBox case, something that makes the phone quite a bit larger than it actually is. Although this one is, this thing is specifically designed for larger phones, my Galaxy S4 still does fit in there very nicely. So to install it, all you have to do is just put this near the top like that, and then you just push it and the top slides up and it falls down in place like that, and I can shake this around and it's not going anywhere, even though this is pretty small. It's really holding that really securely in there. Although while I do that, what's holding it in place are just these elastic bands, but they do have this little cam lock thing on the back which allows you to turn this thing like this, and that actually locks the 2 pieces of plastic together. So even if I pull on the ends, it's not going to come apart at all, and that gives you even more security for your phone not to come out. So inside the box, it also comes with this other smaller box which has the things which you use for actually mounting it to your bike, and there's a few different options for mounting it. So of course this product comes with an instruction manual which does a pretty good job of showing you how to install it onto your bike. It comes with 2 different mounting options for this thing. Basically there's this one here which gets connected with this loop here on the back of it, and that gets bolted on there, and that's where you would stick your handlebars through on your bicycle. The other option is to use this piece here which has the same part which interlocks into there like that, but then on the top it's got this loop, and that's for sticking to the top of your headset instead, if you want to mount it directly to your headset, the way that they've done in this photo here. In the package there are also these foam and felt pads which you can use to install on the inside of here where your phone goes, and you can place those, in the corners to make it so that it will cushion and fit your phone a little bit better depending on the model of phone that you're using. The other neat feature which this product comes with is this transparent Ziploc bag, which is designed for if you're using your smartphone in wet conditions and your phone just fits inside there like that. And they've designed this so it's a type of plastic that your touchscreen will still work through. So as you can see, I turn my phone on and I'm still able to work through my smartphone. So as I mentioned, the product comes with this thing here, which you could use for mounting this thing right to the top of your stem like here. But that'll only work if you have a headset which is threadless, which neither of my bikes have. So as I said, in my case, I'm going to be using the handlebar mount thing, which looks like this. And I'm going to start installing it. So the first step is to install this piece onto the actual back of the bracket. So I'll take the smaller bolts. It comes with 2 bolts, a long one and a short one. So I'm going to use the small one, which goes in here like that. And we just thread it in using a Phillips screwdriver. And I'm not exactly certain what angle I'm going to want to have this at yet. So I'm not going to tighten all the way, so it'll allow me to change what position I'm going to put it in. So now coming over to the bike, I can just pull this thing apart a little bit and wrap it around the handlebars. And as you can see, by default, this thing is much larger than it needs to be. But the kit also comes with these rubber things, which are designed to fit inside of here. So there's a thick one and a thinner one. So you can either use the thick one or the thinner one, or you can probably actually use both if you need to. But I'm going to try starting with the thicker one and see how that one fits inside there. So I'll just take this back off again, and then I'll place this inside of there. And now I'll try wrapping this around again and see if it's more tight. And that seems to be a pretty good tightness. I mean, it's loose enough to move like that, but if I hold on to here, you can see that it holds it pretty sturdily in place there. So if I put the bolt through, it should work pretty well. Alright, so I've got the bracket down here, so it's held pretty tightly to the handlebars. Now I just need to play around with and test out and find the right angle that I want before I tighten up this second bolt down here. Alright, so now I've got this bracket positioned in the place where I want to have it. So I'm just going to demonstrate again how it works. So basically what you do is you just take your smartphone and you place it so the base is kind of sitting down there and like that. And then you just hold on to it, and with your other hand you pull back on this and the smartphone drops down, and then you just let go of it. And there it is in place, and that's already, pretty secure in there. But if you want a little bit of extra security, there is this knob over here which you just twist and it locks. And now you can't even pull this top part up again, and it's really held there in place securely. So let's say you're riding along and you decide to pull over to check your email. You don't even have to take this thing out of the device to be able to do that. All you've got to do is just power it up, and your complete screen is completely there, exposed for you to do whatever you've got to do to navigate around your phone to check whatever you've got to check. Then you can just turn it back off, get back on your bike, and continue to ride. So overall, I'd give this product a really positive review. I think it was really well designed in terms of setting it up and everything. Everything went together really smoothly. It didn't take very long to install it. It was also really easy to get it angled to exactly where I want it for when I'm riding my bike. Again, really easy to make small adjustments to get it exactly how you want it. As I said, I think it's a really good design as well. I think that the way that those things come together and hold your phone in place is really good, as well as being able to lock it in place so it's really not going to open up at all while you're riding. I think that's really good, and that's a really important feature for a product like this, because this product is $30 or so, but your smartphone is worth easily 10 times that. So you want whatever you're using for holding your smartphone, you want it to be really secure, safe thing, so you're not going to get damage to your smartphone. So as I mentioned, the version of this product which I've been reviewing is called the Hefty holder, but they sell these in lots of different shapes and sizes, and I've been using another version that's a smaller version on my smartphone for the last 4 months or so, and I've been extremely happy with it, so that's why I would recommend this product. I think that this is a really good design. I even think that the type of plastic they used is a really good type of plastic. It seems to be really resilient, which is important because I ride my bike all year round, including in the winter, and I haven't had any issues with the plastic becoming hard or brittle or anything like that, which would be a real problem if you had your smartphone in there and it cracked and then it fell out. So again, I think it's a really good design. If you're considering buying one of those, I'd recommend going directly to their website, deltacycle.com, and choosing the one which best suits the smartphone that you have. They also distribute these to lots of different bike shops as well, so you may also be able to buy one of these at your local bike shop. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.